Good afternoon from the lovely city of Omaha, Nebraska, USA, where the 38th president of the USA, Gerald Ford, was born. We are taking over the Ralston Arena as the greatest collide for leg 2 of the Curling World Cup. Our feature game has Canada taking on China in men's team play. Teams here are all competing for $165,000 US in prize money. And of course, trying to get to the grand final back in Beijing, China, to wrap up the first year of the Curling World Cup. Let's meet the teams for Canada. Their lead, Connor Negevin. Their second, Denny Neufeld. Third, Alex Forrest. And the team skip, Jason Gunlickson. Player taking on China with their lead, Xu Jingtao. Second, Xia Oshilin. Their third, Jiang Dongshu. And their skip, Zhao Qiang. Let's look at the standings. China and Scotland leading Group A with 3 points and a 1-0 record. Canada and US lost their first game. In Group B, Norway and Sweden both with wins, while Japan and Switzerland are sitting at 0-1 in the double round-robin format. Man, let's see how points are awarded here. You win the event, you get 10 points. You lose the final, that's 5 points. If you win a game within 8 ends, 3 points. If you win a game using the one-stone shootout, it's 2 points. If you lose in a shootout game, 1 point. And if you lose within 8 ends, 0 points for your team. Let's hear the other matchups going on. An all-Scandinavian matchup, Norway-Sweden on Sheet A in men's play. Also in men's play, Switzerland and Japan both looking for their first win on Sheet B. Sheet C, Scotland taking on the USA. Our feature game, Canada-China's on Sheet D. And then in women's play, Russia looking for their first win, taking on the home country, USA, and Jamie Sinclair. As I'll bring in Olympic gold medalist Rona Howie, myself, Luke Coley, to see the rules of play. 5-stone free guard zone rule in effect here. 8 ends of play. If it's tied after that, it comes to a single stone shootout. Draw to the button. Whoever's closest wins the game. There's thinking time per end, which is different with no timeouts. And Rona, talk about that, the thinking time per end. It changes things a little bit.
It certainly does. It changes the way that the team think about how they play the game, because previously they could bank time throughout the game so that the last few ends they had more time in their clock. But here, in the men's and women's events, they have 4 minutes to play, or 4 minutes of thinking time in the first 4 ends, and then 4 minutes 15 seconds in the last 4. So they have to finish the end within that allocated time. They can't carry time over to the next end. So in theory, the game would take longer because they're allocated more time per end, but because teams rush through and actually save time per end, the game is quicker.
Back 4.
Got it, Connor. There you go.
Well, Canadian team, different one than you've seen before at international events. You see Connor, 26 years of age.
Weight's good.
Low.
Top four.
Just hammer it. Both. Roll it.
Past this top one, but
Already got.
taps it into the rings.
Good throw.
We're good, wait.
Gunlickson, a very analytical type player. He's looking at the stats, looking at percentages. If we score 1 here, what are the chances? If we make this shot, our percentage of winning. Really analyzing a lot of the stats that are available to these teams now, and actually done some work with other teams to help try and develop their knowledge of situations within the game.
And that's where it's slightly different with this World Cup, because it is only 8 ends. They're used to playing 10 ends in championships, so 8 ends is slightly different. but also now with the 5-rock rule, the stats aren't fully available yet on who's successful in what way.
And throw in the wrinkle of a tie game after 8 goes to a shootout as opposed to playing an extra end.
Yep, so definitely changes the mindset.
Weight's good. Close. 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 Hard. 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 Hurry! Harder, Danny! Your roll, Alex!
Well, play the raise, trying to hold the line.
Nice.
Great shot.
Doesn't remove it, but pushes it out into the open.
Stuffing it there where he hit.
It is Canada who does have the hammer here in this first end.
Not really. I mean, you ran it and hit.
It's a double round robin. The hammer's predetermined. So each time they play, different team will have the hammer.
Yep, yep.
Zhao Shilin.
Hard. Yep.
Second player of the Chinese team beating the U.S. yesterday.
Yep. Whoa. Okay.
It's a nice roll in behind cover. It is back tee though. Canada can use that to their advantage.
Speed like here.
Speed's good here.
They threw a 15-5 on their guard.
Okay, so it's 14 and a half.
So here discussing what split time they're looking for.
Denny Neufeld, the new addition to this team this season, coming on. Of course, has played a long time with Mike McEwen in his rink as their lead, now moving into the second position with another Manitoba team.
Line's good. Line's good.
Fight your team.
Only fight the 4 max.
We're full 4, top pin.
Okay, well then.
Doesn't have to curl. Doesn't have
Gonna
to
finish
curl.
top tee.
Nice shot.
Real nice,
Great
Danny.
shot.
Good shot.
这边回也挺大，前面再来，下路磕一点。
Okay.
他那14秒1，14秒1，
我才14秒34，你才14秒9，那你别14秒5左右吧，这不磕一点。56，
我等一等，我力量，
三平手了啊
我力量，hard，东西搂到底，到底，加上点 hard。
Just trying to draw in freeze on top. The line was great, just a bit shy of weight.
Roll right on top.
I think boards is what I'm seeing.
I like
to see more weight.
I like more.
Leg control, Jay.
We're in no man's land here.
You can go over the top then.
I like control, Jay. Better chance of making the roll with control, though.
Okay, we'll play control then. Let's make a good one.
A little bit better guess in the line.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, it's a discussion of the weight from the other end. And just interesting, that conversation of why they were each thinking of different weights.
Curl. Whoa, curl.
Yep, that's where the shooter goes. It's important here.
Well, the hit. That was the worry that Jason had in the house, playing quieter, that you couldn't roll over the top like that.
Dead handcuff.
Probably curl all the way, probably. 可以，可以。
6区
OK。
14秒3。
14秒2吧。这边不行，站后面那个。
不是太滑了。
不是太滑，但是有掉线是吧？
See the view the player has. The skip at the other end.
Jiang Dongchu. See the difference in some of these, between these two teams, of some when they start curling or how long they have. Canadian side of curling most of their lives, and the Chinese side about 9-10 years curling and really developing their game. And it's only going to grow more in China as they develop, as they continue to build towards the Olympics in Beijing.
In this spot, you think?
Yes, I think so. This should be
Yours
pretty
came
fresh.
down decent, just like halfway guard in.
Yep, the Asian countries are certainly making their mark on the world stage.
Red light. Yeah.
Line's good.
Alex Forrest to the third for Team Canada.
T, easy, Connor.
Okay, top T.
T-line.
Line.
Line's good.
Straight.
T,
Line.
Line's real good.
Line's good. Fight the T line for depth.
Just gotta get there.
Fight the T line for depth.
Nice line coming in
Hard,
past
Connor.
the top ones.
You gotta go to their foot.
Get it past it.
Real good.
Real good.
Good sweep.
Nice shot.
Good spot, Alex.
Jeez. Broke the mic.
Hard work from the sweepers
Great
there.
throw.
Yeah, it did come down coming in.
It was like tracking back, and then once it started curling, then might have got wide.
走开了之后，
这个好像咱现在近点，
挡得近点儿。
感觉咱这个近点。
我觉得清开这个，他要是不补，他从那边旋，你这边前面还能挡，是不是？
还是你要支援这个或者这个？
就这个也行。
这个。
这个我觉得。
Rona, important that those ones were in front of the T line.
Yeah, definitely. Controls ahead Canada have got last stone.
你先回去吧，时间不够了。打哪个？
直接找那黄的。
一半儿，
黑，
一大半儿。
黑。
We saw yesterday, this Chinese ring very accurate with their hits. In their win over Team USA.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trying to run this one in. And we'll get the one. Very nice.
Just make the run double.
Yeah, it was important there that the yellow they were raising into the house stayed.
Just a hair high.
Firm, you see.
Great angle, lies shot,
Right.
and
Tickle
it's
high.
buried.
Okay, Alex, here you go.
Alex Forrest, the left-hander, going for the raise,
Close.
straight back.
Close. Curl.
Hard.
Right to it.
Hard.
Good shot. Real nice.
Removes the top one, which opens things up for them. Gives them another corner guard.
One thing that Jason Gunlickson is, he's known as the gunner. And he loves to throw the runbacks, won't hesitate. And teams at this level are known to no problem. We'll put the broom down and just make that run back.
上一个。
Yeah, we almost made that.
He's not even playing the hit day, just straight guard.
你站这个一会儿打下去。什么点？白边吗？
白边让了一点儿。
这边还行了，差不多。10秒5左右。
这 OK。
二区，
二区可以啊。
感觉偏小一点。
Zhao Qiang.
OK。
稍微点。
2、3。
站得非常好。
3。
哇，不擦了，掉线了，掉线了。
Just want to play a centre line guard here. But with such swingy ice, it's very difficult to guard exactly.
Sit.
But he's played that pretty well.
Don't peel, and then he's got to make a good stick on this one. Problem is, like, nosing that, like, both of his would be shot over it, right?
Yeah. Just touch the red.
Like, almost just, like, try to get straight through the hole.
I think we call it straight through the hole.
Yeah.
But if it's high,
if you
we
catch
can,
3/4 and just nudge for shot,
or
we
this
just don't.
tap to here is good too.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
So I think it's a pretty.
Even if you just tap a foot just low and just not leave a roll off this one, he's
Yeah. Just
jam
try and draw to
options.
the top of the forefoot.
middle.
Less. It's pretty straight here. This is the straight side.
Goes at the end, good.
There.
Full setting.
Touch less.
25. 20. The tap 20 should be okay.
Full speed, right? So we're trying to just go like low in the draw, but he could be audibling like 4 different ways. So just communicate weights.
25.
Okay, 25 is T-line by itself kind of thing?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking.
Jason Gunn still uses the hog hair brush to slide with.
Yeah, the Manitoba tuck up on his toe.
Close! Close!
I think he's thrown with that broom since he started curling.
This one is curling.
Curl!
Just go right through.
Go, Danny, go!
Real good.
That's real good.
Well, right in. Looks like they nudged it
Great brush.
and will lie two.
I think so. I think we're on two.
Head of 14-3-8.
Was one of the many options they had talked about. With Jason playing, we won't have to do much. You can just listen and he'll explain it all.
Looks like us.
I looked over top of it.
Got the one. That was the main thing.
Yeah, that was my worry. We were going to not get either.
Yeah.
Just he's got a very analytical brain, constantly analysing the angles and the situations.
I don't think it ever stops. I had a chat with him yesterday, and he gone on about 4 different tangents within about a 4-minute conversation. So now, Zhao play this out turn, try and come around. His last shot of the first end.
Yeah, he needs to be right round and buried. Has he got the weight though? Yellow
Looks
lies second now.
Yeah.
A little bit more weight.
So this was the broom on the last one.
Yeah, so I don't think we need much different brooms.
He was
Like
trying
a
to come
little
right
more,
round that,
I
but he
gotta throw it a
got
bit harder.
slightly lucky that
Right here?
he just nudged the yellow enough to push the red out to
Try
the
and throw it
side.
like 2 to 4 feet harder. Tap the wide one in for 2.
Yeah, that was T-line there at the end, Jay.
Yeah, with a little bit of sweeping.
Yeah.
Okay, we took 2 brooms more, kind of thing.
Okay.
The final stone, Jason Gunlickson try to tap that one up.
Easy! Easy!
Lots of weight.
Yeah, doesn't need to move it far, a couple of inches to get a second shot.
Yep.
Hit onto the yellow is fine.
Yep. Right to it.
Well, the tap to the back one. Good call in the house by Alex Force. Know what they could do. And Canada strikes early with a deuce and leads this one 2-0. Here it's the Curling World Cup in
I was a little
Omaha.
unsure if I had whipped it, so I didn't want to sweep it hard early, too.
Yeah.
Like, I knew I had lots of weight, so I didn't want to not touch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were always
I
going to have...
wasn't worried about not touching it.
Yeah, no, I
With
agree.
where you were.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, good start.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Double in for sure first one, and then
For
we'll
sure,
see.
first one, and then I'll call it as this.
Okay.
Hey, Connor, have you go?
Liked it, but maybe needed a little.
Lots of room right now. Prefer Alex, but T-line.
T! It's probably the fastest spot on the ice right now.
Line's getting pretty good.
Okay.
Looks light. 14-2.
Wow, that walk.
Not that we have knowledge of.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Perfect. It's good spotted.
Well, right in to the button goes that first stone of end number 2. Canada gets an early deuce. China will have the hammer now. Rona Howie, Luke Coley with you at the Curling World Cup leg 2.
3局好力量2
耶
2抬它线路抬它力量好2近一点来搂到底这里再来2
So China looking to put up their corner guard, but that's a bit long. As we've seen already, long guards aren't really helpful. You can come round them on both hands.
tight half.
I got halfway.
Halfway!
Line's
Hair
close.
tighter.
Tight half.
Alex is rock. Alex, we need you to get it going.
Pretty
You
tight.
got to curl, even if it's in. You got to curl. I don't want a high guard.
It's not high.
Okay.
Just out.
Try and leave it out now.
Yeah.
Still, you want to go.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
as much as you possibly can.
yeah. Real good, Alex. Attaboy.
Sorry, I didn't
Nice.
mind it in, like, in that score.
Good sweep.
Well, tight center line guard.
Okay.
Yeah, really good there. China can't remove it from play. It's in the free guard zone.
Shu Jing Tao trying to come around that center line one. Hopefully trying to bring their high corner into play at some point in the end.
啊，可以掉线。可以等等。6区。力量。6区。好儿，这里再来，越近好，来，再来挡上点，好儿。OK。
Yeah, after Canada suffering a loss yesterday, it was important for them to come out today with a strong start. They've certainly done that by getting their 2 on the board.
Mike,
Yeah, just freeze, kind of get low.
what do you like?
Yeah.
Freeze. Full house.
Yeah, top 12. Tight! Whoa!
Line's good.
Top 12! Wait, real good, do it!
Line's
That's
good.
it! Stop 8!
Getting good. We bouncing?
Yeah, we're top 4.
Ooh, top 4 is a bit much. Yeah, I don't think we can do anything good.
Oh, tap it right on it.
Okay. 14-2.
Well, when you just overthrow it a little bit, not much you can do.
3秒。
Take the sweepers out of play and
3秒。
look over Norway, Sweden, and Norway with the hammer in the first. It's as though they are shot stone. Just in behind that yellow stone in your picture. And Thomas Olsrud, 2014 world champion, taking on their friends and rivals in Sweden and Niklas Edin, the reigning world men's curling champion. Norway looking for second point to start this one off. Able to get it far enough, so it is a 2-0 lead for Norway. While Switzerland and Japan, both these teams looking for their first win. And Yannick Schwaller in Switzerland with the hammer.
Yeah, Switzerland are lying.
Bend den vite! Here big! Hard! Yes! Hard! Av og T-line!
Can nick off their own red.
Achtung! Dran bleiben! Achtung! Dran bleiben!
Just draw past, which they've done. Is it going to stop? Yeah, it does perfectly.
Didn't leave a pocket, at least.
Score of 2 for Switzerland.
Way more on that.
Goed zei jongens.
2-0 after 1.
Je denkt te lang het show, hij zou nog wel iets zien.
这点不下来吗？
In our feature game, Canada leads China 2-0. Canada does lie 3.
The only benefit for China is the Canadian stones are all back tee.
Yep. Hard.
They need to make this draw round.
Hard 这里 hard， 搂到底，不用看了 hard。
Get into the forefoot.
再来 hard。
Is it going to get there?
Okay.
It's not.
They pounded that one and got it a long ways. Not really the setup for a team with the hammer that you'd be looking
I
for.
don't see anything else good.
No, not ideal.
What do you see, like 5-6
Fight
feet
the
slower than the drive
forefoot.
through last time? Yes. It was top 4 with a sweep?
Yeah, that's what I've seen. It's light.
Straight.
Yeah.
You can go.
Top 12, top 8.
Straight.
Okay, give her then.
Hit it.
So Canada trying to come around this high Chinese guard. Can they pass?
Okay, we're by.
Oh, well swept.
Got touch 4.
Had to go hard to get that by. Connor Negevin gets around, but they had to go to try and hold the line.
Nice shot. Great brush, Connor.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just gone back tee, but they had no option but to sweep there.
Okay, we're by.
Got touch 4.
Yeah, it was never a question of weight. It was just always a matter of could you get by that guard.
Really good spot. Nice shot. Great brush, Connor. Great brush, Connor. Okay. Yeah.
China could follow that down, but they need to get to the 1 foot. Can they see enough of their yellow to tap it straight back? Can also come out off the outside red. Need to get the inside roll. Yeah, the tap in the yellow was the preferred option, but it was never going to curl enough.
Same call?
He's just got all the angles. Is the problem with drawing that same side. Whatever you see.
Jake. Yeah, same shot.
So, if we don't have to sweep, do you want same or do you want less?
Is it a worry that you play the same one, that you're leaving that yellow tap?
Yeah, the yellow tap really is China's only shot. But they can hardly see the whole stone.
Felt close.
The inside edge
You
is
can go if you have to.
covered. So it's certainly not an easy tap.
Line's good.
Oh, wait.
Gotta go. It's all
Hard
you.
weight then.
Just gotta go.
Hard. Line's great.
So the line's good this time, but they need to sweep for weight.
Hard.
I think whoa, don't stagger that.
Yeah, it's steady. Okay, nice shot.
Ah, sorry.
That's the risk. You come up short and leave that one.
It's always gonna be like that.
Yeah, it's been perfect. Just top 4 make this race much more difficult. So you can see the inside edge there of the yellow is covered. So we just have to scrape past the top guard to get the angle right. And the last one with a bit of running weight hung quite straight here. So is this one. It's not curling enough. The weight was good.
And just overthrowing some of those.
Play it off of this one
Yeah, I'm just
instead of this one.
Yeah, I'm just questioning whether we don't just like.
Just if you're on the
Like, I
wide
can see it
side at
just like a
all
back
with
line,
any
maybe,
running
and just
weight,
nudge that one out of the way, so it's out of the way
not
for his
any
in-off, right?
recovery.
Well, this rock's really good for him,
Yeah.
and this rock's good for us. So I think this is a shot.
Yeah. Like, what way do you see it though?
It's real straight. I'm seeing hack.
Hack?
Less. Yeah, I'm seeing
Just through?
back line. Yeah.
Okay.
Less. Yeah, there. That's
Okay.
probably less even. We can hit the back one. Less. Less. There, yeah, there.
Yep, he's just seen the Chinese last 2 stones come down here,
Flip and roll right there.
running quite straight, just tightening up his eyes.
Clean.
Whoa, easy, guys. Whoa,
First of skip stones, Canada leads 2-0.
curl.
All you got.
Hard gunner.
Keep going.
Go a bit
Anywhere
more.
you
bit
can.
more,
It's gonna
bit
go.
more.
Go, Danny, go.
Oh, that's real good.
Pretty good, Jay.
Well, the little roll in front. And Rona, for someone who doesn't understand
very straight.
why they were sweeping that when it was outside,
Yeah, they're trying to make it curl as much as they could in the last, really from hog to house is where the big movement is, so they were really trying to pull it hard.
All you got.
See, they're sweeping
Hard gunner.
Keep going.
the inside of the stone,
Anywhere you can. It's gonna go. Go, Danny, go.
trying to get the roll across.
Oh, that's real good.
Pretty good, Jay.
Good shot, Jake.
That is great.
行吗？
行，可以。
薄一点。
嗯。
OK。
1/3，这么斜着整的。
找个大不？
There's been a lot of surveys carried out over the years about the brushes to use and switch sweeping, what's most effective. World Curling Federation have brought in some rules and regulations now about the brush pads that can be used so that they're uniformed for every country.
Well, trying to set up for something right now, facing multiple stones. Zhao Qiang could be in some trouble.
I'm just worried about setting up a smash triple.
Yeah, it would have to be a
Are
quad.
we shot at the back or no?
Yes.
Okay, let's just play it with draw and to tap it frozen in the cross.
So like
yeah.
back eight. Okay.
Yeah. Like middle 8 max.
Well, you're
They can
hitting
hold it
real
so
high
straight
this
if they
time.
sweep.
Less weight and you got to hit higher.
That looks good.
Kind of weight are we throwing here, Jake?
Back
Never a
8,
dull
just
moment with
tap it
Jason
frozen.
Gudlickson on the ice. Get tired just watching him curl.
Like, you don't want to just like get out of dodge unless I almost knows it. Then obviously just leave.
It's good to have communication with your teammates,
That was just through. I'm going for back 8.
discussing weight, discussing line, let the sweepers know exactly what's happening. All 4 members of the team input to every single shot.
Yep.
Back forward.
Whoa.
Little light.
Whoa.
Go then. Little light.
You can go. Line's good.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Hard
Yep.
line.
Yep.
They know this, they can catch the slightly high side.
Gotta go. Right to it. Right to it. Right to it. Go, 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 go. Hard. That's good, Jake.
Well, they tap it that hair high. They lie 1-2.
Oh no, I think it's guarded. I forgot.
I just waited too long. Does the job though.
It's pretty good on the straight side.
Yes. Yeah.
Now forces this a tap against multiple stones, navigate a port.
8、9局，
差不多8局，
这边感觉好像不是太掉。
He's taking middle of the 8, which is exactly the same ice that Canada just took. And they hit where that red stone is. So if he plays a tap up weight, will this curl enough?
Got caught on the first one. Well, final stone, second end.
感觉小一点。
27-year-old Skip.
It's got a long way to curl.
力量现在够。好，好，下线。
They have to tap their yellow up. Will they tap it at all? They'll tap it a bit, but it's going to be a steal of 2 for Canada. They will double up their score. Got caught in that same spot as China. And an early 4-0 lead for Canada.
Good job, boys.
Yeah.
Perfect weight on both here. There's keep putting the pressure on there.
Yeah.
We don't have to take any risks if we have to just blast and
Give
have
him
a
2.
simple end
Totally
and
fine.
maybe just give them 2. That's fine.
Stacking now, right?
Yeah, tap him with a quad, and then we can play
Just
more
make the first one good. Thought we could go a little.
Straight if you can. Danny's rock.
4-0 the score. Our feature game, Canada, China. 2 with the hammer, 2 stolen. As Jason Gudlickson and his
Should get full 8.
Manitoba team an early lead in this one. They had control, it seemed, yesterday in the game against Scotland. They gave up a 4 late. Went on to lose to Scotland in this double round robin format.
以可以，现在。
三
4、3、4。
啊
3。
别四。
3。
加了 K。
3局可以，力量很好。
正常带。刷子。
China are going to have to persevere here with some corner guards. Try and generate something.
They can cross.
Well, where's the ideal spot for those corner guards? Is it as wide as that one is?
I got a couple feet more.
No, if it's probably over the 8 foot, you can then come round it on both hands. Because there is a really good swing coming around both ways.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Just straight. Looks like.
Close enough to the house to come around.
Danny's in. Gotta go.
Beauty.
Nice stack.
2 great lead stones set up. So important with the new 5-rock rule. Lead's placement really dictates how the ends played.
OK，2。
这个线路有点小啊。
3的擦一擦。
稍微擦一擦，行。
擦一擦。
二。
这球。
Denny Neufeld, a real estate agent.
Okay, now it's good.
Tight half. Good. Where are we?
Pass half.
Okay.
Tight half.
Clean it. Over curling for sure.
Try and set up some real estate out in front of the house, protect their 2 red stones.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
Real nice.
Nice. That's all we could get out of the throw, for sure. Swept it, right?
There's enough room now for China just to play a tap back weight.
Okay.
Tap the top one back.
对点。
7、8、7。
上一的线路 K。
7、8。
哦。
8、9。
Zhao Xilin try and really have to get a grasp of what the ice is doing, where to try and place stones.
He's looking to tap that back. He hasn't played it heavy enough.
Leaves those perfectly guarded. As we'll look in over on sheet A, Norway and Sweden. What does Niklas Edin have left?
Really just a nose hit for one. Norway lying several counters in there, a few biters. So Niklas Edin needs to hit and sit with this one to score one.
Tight.
Straight if you can.
Same weight.
Yeah, plays it perfectly. Scores one. So Norway 2-1 after 2 ends.
Well, the single there will slide over.
Come on, Connor.
And see Switzerland, Japan.
Come on, bud.
Yuta Matsumura.
Stop.
The lefty skip.
Yeah, he's like soft pick or something. Like if you like.
The sweepers are happy with the weight. How's the line? It's coming through the gap. Just catches the guard. It was line 2. Just draw for 3. So only does level the game with a 2. 2 all after 2 ends.
Hard. Hard. Yep. Hard.
Oh, just that little touch of the guard. Still Canada full control. And
I mean, you can throw the guard in the middle of them, but.
Yeah, you just feel Canada's stone placement is so much sharper.
Just guard this a
China
one.
struggling to
Or right there.
get the stones where they want
Either
them.
one.
What?
Either one.
see
Full 12.
Coach Chris Neufeld, father of Denny. Of course, Denny played for years
More
with
than that second one.
BJ Neufeld, who's now playing with Kevin Cooey, played in the first leg Curling World Cup. They ended up winning that one for Canada.
Yeah, so they've qualified for the grand final in Beijing. He'll want to do the same here.
Whatever you need.
Keep it a family affair.
Yes.
Real hard. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay, touch ours in the inch at max.
Whoa, just let it stop.
We're just freeze it.
Just let it stop.
Okay, short of it. Freeze it off.
Right off.
Yeah, well, we're good. We're good. Go nice.
So China really up against it now.
It's the worst angle.
Canada line 4.
Just have a feel in this game that Canada has just has better comfort with the ice and getting that result on the shots.
So trying to raise the yellow straight back and do some damage. Red's behind. Oh, just misses everything.
And getting some of the worst possible results on that. If you're going to miss everything, you'd rather roll the shooter off.
Here, but split center is perfect.
You catch it slightly higher,
Yeah,
and then you
just give you
split the other yellow
6 feet
guard
less.
off. So at least
Even 10 feet's fine, right?
opening both sides.
Halfway guard.
Where are we?
Good. Real,
Line's
easy.
good, then.
Line's good. Line's good.
Clean it.
Standings.
High guard. Broom down.
Line's good.
Over curling. High guard. Gotta be over.
Just clean to stop.
Yeah, clean to stop.
Just let it stop now. As soon as you're over, you can let it stop.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. Real nice. Great judge.
So quite a long guard, but it's good enough.
Good judge.
It does the job.
Real nice, Alpha.
I don't think I threw that much less, but.
China know they have to score at this end. They're 4-0 down. They need to get on the scoreboard, so just opening things up, try and give themselves a chance.
Zhang Dongshu trying to just pinball a few around, and as that yellow one kicked that stone out in the house.
Changes things.
Yeah. It does change things, you're right, Jason.
Do you draw that one up exactly as that happened?
Oh, Canada were line 4. Now line
My
2.
first thought is we gotta.
Like thin if you can and get in the way of the double.
It's gonna get there anyway, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, peeling the guard's too defensive, I think.
Double's pretty easy. Yeah, then he just makes this and it's 2.
We can't throw a guard.
I like just a 2-foot
That's
tap.
a shot. Yeah, that's a shot.
Like
Edge of
mid-8.
4. Just tap the top 8 one and bounce in front of the double. It's not like.
Like that, Broom? Pardon? Yes. It's a little slower
That's
than
good,
this,
yeah.
this path here, Jay.
Yeah, it's definitely a little slower here. Right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, 20 T-line-ish. Yeah.
They were just top 8.
32.
Killed it. I'd say we're light.
Whoa,
Just top 8.
line!
Like to go when we can.
It's Connors then.
Just top 8.
Skip stones now this third end, 4-0 Canada
You
lead.
have to, yep.
Yeah, go.
Gotta
Hard.
go. Yep.
We gotta go.
Hard!
Just trying to tap their own red up. Fraction to line 3.
Good, good.
And he plays that perfectly. And gives a guard to the one that's line
You
short.
can just peel it out.
So Nolan Thiessen, the Team Canada leader, is with all the teams here, and then Chris Neufeld, the coach. Zhang Xiaopeng,
那个地方有点。
coach for this Chinese team.
粘一个5区。
粘一个啊，5区。
我打完他。感觉像14.5，他们那个14.45，磕了一脚。
你这14.56那个。
Zhao Qiang. Look in Scotland, USA. USA leading 3-1 over the European champs, Bruce Mowat.
Yeah, and Scotland in a bit of trouble here, facing several US counters. The only benefit for Bruce Mowat is that the button is open.
Close, Tommy.
Line's good, guys.
So needs to be in the 1 foot.
Close. Hard then.
Well, and Lamy piling into this.
Hard. Come on, Tommy.
Need to pass that top yellow.
Hard. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Well, will come up short.
Yeah, because you need a little more weight this time.
See, it looked like 3 in there.
It'll curl for you. Let's not overdo it.
Good bounce back start for John Schuster and his American team either way.
3 yellow. Yep.
And it is a steal of 3.
Make Noah's not throw that rock he's throwing with his last one.
This is more like tip
So
stuff.
6-1 after 3 ends. Scotland wins over Canada yesterday, whereas the USA lost to China. And the way the scores are going right now, it would be a congested group.
Certainly will be. They're all beating each other. Makes it very exciting when they play each other for the second time.
Curl! Curl hard!
Keep going.
Curl!
Right to it.
Harder,
Right to it. Roll it here too. Roll it here too.
Oh, great shot from Jason there. Canada lie 3.
Yeah, you had good audibles high there, which is why I didn't want to under.
往下的头，他头出来了。
Lots of weight, back 12.
So the sweepers were saying it plenty weight. It was all about the line here.
Keep going. Right to it. Right to it. Roll it here too. Roll it here too.
Perfect result.
Good. Perfect.
If he's 60 shooter, I don't think he's
I think if he sticks the shooter, he doesn't get rid of both these two. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jason was kind of worried the way it had left. He left a triple takeout there.
What other way?
just flash it and make everything into two not a shooter.
I don't know if he can go fit enough to ever get both the other two.
球边，OK， 打到这儿啊。
Hit where you can see that one. Can you make that double and stick?
Very tight past that top red at big weight. We've seen it run fairly straight down there with weight. Tough shot.
Yes. Whoa. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Final shot here, the third end. And we'll
Great
slash
result.
it in. Get their one. China on the board, but unable to mount any offense with the hammer. Have to go on the steal. Zhao Qiang slash it right in there and will make the hit. Score 4-1 after 3.
Must be.
那俩头容易这样直着走，因为太平了。打薄一点就平走下去。然后我俩换个球。3，带着点，这球4。
线路有点大，有点减速。
Well, it is time for the fourth end. Welcome back inside the Ralston Arena. As the Curling World Cup Leg 2 takes place. Canada, China, our feature game, and The Curling World Cup, it's the only international curling event where teams will wear their country's flag and colors with prize money available. Canada won all 3 disciplines at the first leg. As we see the fans in attendance, just blowing up a little bit.
Yeah, quite large. I wouldn't like to see them wearing that on their face.
Top 4.
Connor Negavan, Canadian lead.
Still top 4.
Just walking.
Yeah, full 4.
Should be good.
Top pin T.
13-6.
Yep,
So
Canadian fans will be happy right now the way this game's going.
Nice.
real nice.
That's pretty good even when it curled there. Yeah.
Well, we've seen the importance of stone placement, Rona, in this game so far, and so far Canada just seems to have been putting everything in the right spot.
Yeah, even China have struggled just to get their guards in the right places, and there's still 5 ends to go.
Get a chance to look in Norway, Sweden. Always a good matchup when these two are on the ice. And 2-1 the lead. Thomas Olsrud trying to extend that.
Yep, just looking to nose this. Take his one. Yep, Norway score 1, so 3-1 after 3 ends.
Yeah, a couple feet.
Straight! Hard!
Back 8! Back 8!
Close! Steady! 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 Alex is yellow! Alex is yellow!
Okay.
Real nice. Good shot.
Destroyed it.
Oh, able to punch that one back. It is.
Just stayed on it too long. Just had to hit it thicker, and it's a lot better.
Canada lying 1-2.
Yeah, it was.
I was with him on the sweep.
Only benefit for China is a back tee. Can they just weld one on top here?
Well, let's look at the hog-to-hog time as well.
14.5 would be good, so this is looking a bit speedy.
Needs to hit that stone to stop, and will bounce off right in between.
I don't know what you do with a shooter if you hit.
Yeah, Canada don't want to leave a big pocket.
Control! Bend nose or a little high!
Okay.
Control, he said?
Kind of control?
Control.
Weight's good.
Clean! Clean!
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa! Whoa! Curl! Curl! Curl!
Its way up there,
Yellow!
Connor.
Yellow cup! Alex. Okay, perfect. Great shot.
So got away with that a wee bit there.
It wasn't what they would had planned on doing, but
No. As we say, it's making the best of every shot. Communicating the weight played and trying to get the best option. So China could just nick off the top one and sit.
go right past it.
Past it and
Peel guard.
big curl there at the end.
Firm.
Canada are 3 up with the hammer. They don't want to get into a guddle behind a guard unnecessarily.
Clean, hard, hard, hard. Roll, roll, all you got.
Oh, now it doesn't jam.
Holy crow. Okay, so you're
Let's remove the guard, but jams it on the back one.
OK，
逆时啊，
站红的，他说是吧？站黄的，站黄的，这边。
Looking again, Norway and Sweden.
Norway are line 2. Nicholas Edin having to draw into the 8 foot for 1. Sweeper's looking quite happy nursing this one in. Makes that. So a score of 1 for Sweden. Norway lead 3-2 after 4.
Meanwhile, our feature game was the replacement of that high centerline guard by Team China.
I think we want to make it. No reason not to. Guard's insanely high.
Like bumper then, I think.
Okay, I like boards. Just trust the ice.
Okay, Alex. Yeah, you'll hold it.
Close.
Whoa, whoa,
Close. Curl. Curl.
So left-hander, slight advantage coming to this out the left-hand hack.
Come on, curl. Come on, yellow.
Follow the shooter on the yellow.
Oh,
Just touches it and spins it in behind.
OK，
it's just done enough for Canada to have that advantage of theirs on top.
Like my throw.
Well, that was the same spot in the second end where
行，
China got caught a few times, a little bit straighter.
China,
7把，
6
我有点大，
7，下线，
我有点大，
下线，
5、6。
There's a chance though here.
力量，
Zhang Dongchu can come right into the 1 foot,
正常。
freeze that pile.
正常，
2，
别跑，
go go go，
2，
Yeah, pretty good effort.
Kept a real nice angle on it, it seems.
Canada do lie 1.
Try and peel it. Guard's fine. Really
Is it
prefer
not
the one in
just
the
dead
house,
stuff
though.
if I get it over?
Peel.
All right, Alex, there you go.
Well, we'll take a look on Sheedy, see what's going on. Russia and the USA.
USA line 2. Anna Kovaleva for Russia.
Hard. Hard.
Just looking for a nose hit.
Get up there. Hit really good. Real nice.
I don't think that's very good, but
Yeah, spot on. Score of 1 for Russia. United States lead 4-3 after 4 ends.
I'm not convinced that's good, but we'll see.
I get what you're saying.
给我站上也行，站上能赢的吗？
站着也行。你站着偏这边一点赢。
啊？
站着偏这边一点能赢。
Чья вода? Чья вода?
Моя какая-то, я не знаю какая. Вторая чья?
Моя.
烧这个。
烧不着啊？
打定偏里面。哦，能烧着，差不多。
So Canada nicked that yellow out the house.
再往里偏一点。啊，往里偏点能刮这个。
Same shot still there for China to come in and play the dead freeze.
处理它一下吧，还是我正常轻颗一点。
你要是直接打定也行，直接打定能打这个。你要往里烧，不一定能打。
我怕这出去。
啊，
这个能出去？
这么打能出去，打到这儿就能出去了。
打里边一半。
打定它，打一半够呛。也差不多。
差不多。
你得大点劲。
一半带的。
行。
正常。
正常，你看够不够？这点行吗？正常。
这个好一点。俩。打掉他。还要粘一个。粘一个。
打一个也行。
打一个他打个双飞呗。
对呀。
够呛。
They play it quiet, or are they going to throw some weight at it?
3秒吗？
Yep, they're going to play some weight.
3秒偏上。
离开。
Yes.
Hard.
Go. Yes. Yes. Hard.
But they've got to pass the top guard.
Which they won't do. They catch about half of that one. Not that close.
They were thinking they could take the double on the Reds there.
Well, let's look in Scotland, USA.
Bruce Mowat facing several US counters.
If he bounces, then you
Guys, we go to there. It's just whether we hit it or draw to it.
Yeah, can't jump that one in, so another point for USA. A 7-1 lead.
I'm seeing here a control.
Wasn't really much on. Wasn't really much on.
A little bit. Should be pretty straight. There, yeah.
Okay. 1 yellow. And the nose.
It's a bit of a not that USA is leading, but the margin that they're up over Bruce Mowat, who comes in one of the teams to beat here at this event. With them and probably Nicholas Sedin, the two finalists from the recent European Championship.
Right to it, Connor. Right to it. Go, 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 go,
Just
go,
get it out
go.
of play.
Ah, that's straight. Good throw, Jay.
Okay.
Like flashing high on Snooki.
That is just super gross straight.
Yeah, no, that's why I want
It looked like a nice throw.
It was.
手打掉。
OK。
大力啊！
大力，这不掉挺大呀！我没改变，哗哗掉。
基本上定了。
So China going to go for the hit again. Try and force Canada to take a 1 here.
Well, I got to try and find a way to save both yellows.
Whoa. 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 Yes. 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 Hard.
Well, makes them all go and holds the shooter, so looks like
Yeah, wasn't able to keep the second shooter.
we'll have the blank, and this one should run pretty straight for Jason Gunlickson.
就是在那个前列腺之前那块儿掉。
外头这么大，后来打。
Definite bread and butter shot for Jason.
He's not going to miss this very often. It's right in behind.
Sweepers are doing a massive sprint to keep up with it.
Yeah, and just to make sure, as it clears the house, a blank fourth end will remain. 4-1, halfway through our feature game. Canada with the advantage over China.
I'll take his.
Yeah,
We got time here.
Yeah. And now.
Well, a 2 in the first, a 2 in the second. They get the force in the third. And how we got to this point, first end, Canada well plays stones early. Alex Forrest and Jason Gunlickson's first now. Jason has the in-turn tap.
Yep, right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it.
Just needs to push it up, but a great line call to realize they have the backing by Alex Forrest, and Canada gets an early deuce.
Just a little unsure.
Second end, and a lot of red granite in position. Good stone placement by the Canadian side, and seeing one side a little straighter. Zhao Chiang gets caught here on this outturned side. Trying to tap up that yellow, doesn't curl for him, and it's a steal of 2 by the Canadian side. Third end, again, as we're seeing a common theme in this game, a lot of red in there for Canada. Zhao got an angle raise this one right in. slashes it in to take the single. China on the board. Only 1 point to show for their work through the first 4 ends. And here's the other scores. Norway leads Sweden 3-2. Switzerland 4-point lead over Japan in the 5th end. As we showed you, the U.S. controlling lead over Scotland 7-1. 4-1 our feature game, and 4-3 USA leading Russia in the lone women's game out on the ice.
The aren't the same, but we have a cutter, so we'll give, you know, it's possible to set them straight.
Who's taking 8?
They're not the same. You're in trouble.
Thank you. 1 and 8 are both cutters. Okay. So he's going to throw them big.
Okay. What was he throwing the one before?
Yeah. Okay. He had 1 too. Yeah, that's shit dancing. Just so straight on that wide one there. I don't know why that's 7. Like he's throwing that like 2/3 high with bumper and rolling out. Yeah. I think that was the call there though. I don't playing out there like freezer. It's like he couldn't do anything great over the air.
你这边不是有黄的吗？莹莹，你先打掉的不2个袋子吗？
不是，先打掉也是1个袋子。
要昨天你这根本就粘不上。
Okay, Sean.
No 了，谢谢。
Hard work. 插进，我寻我要打掉他一个直线，他把又给我打掉了。Okay. Keep going. Just make some shots. Make their shots difficult, right? 一个是比我们这个房子近。You ready? 完还他俩是正着的。我先打一个大波，他一打定他就没了，我就没了。我先粘他了一个。Okay, Skippy.
Well, the statistics after 4 ends, Canada leads 4-1. No surprise, controlling in leading in all the percentage. 84 to 66 in draw accuracy, 75 to 50 in hit accuracy, 81 to 61 overall accuracy, 2 stolen points, and a 4-1 Canada lead. The lovely Ralston Arena, a great setting for leg 2 of the Curling World Cup. Rona Howie, myself, Luke Coley, thanks for tuning in. Canada-China, our feature game as we begin the second half. And that's where we sit right now on the line score, 4-1, Canada leading. Canada's the hammer after they blanked the 4th end. How aggressive does Canada play, do you think, Rona, in these next 4 ends?
Yeah, they're 3-1 up with the hammer here. They don't need to do anything daft. China are going to want a lot of guards in play. Canada don't.
Maybe we have to pick something clean or something, but it won't ever steal a 1 here.
They'll be happy as long as they score here.
下路 K 2 3区啊，尽量3区，3区得擦一擦。我力量3区3下线不是？下线。降速来。力量。2力量2石林再来点2站中间2比不行啊，我给你收在2。那上去比这个还大了。He's got the 8 rock.
What?
8 rock.
Okay.
All right, Connor.
You got it, Connor.
So just letting Jason know what stone they're throwing. Sometimes they just move slightly more or they'll run slightly straighter. So just advising the skip to amend what ice he's giving.
84% on the game for Connor, the Canadian lead.
Just trying to tick this yellow.
And they won't get anything, so it'll go straight through. So on the first end, they didn't play the tick. It was more of just a tap to try and move things around.
Okay.
Might make it if you get judged by you guys. He just was screaming
Just
before
hit
he let it go.
too much early. It was a little more mishead early.
Shu Jiang Tao.
要大，再降了啊！
2，那就1-3。
等他降一点，得等他降一点。
现在1-2。1-3吧，太近了，我怕容易扎人上我看。我先扎人上，
容易扎。下点直线。
别下了。OK。
Ideally, they wanted a bit of separation between their guards.
Hair faster, we're thinking.
That double peel is there for Canada later on in the end.
So you want to see like a 10, Denny?
Yeah, 10 would be real good.
There.
16.
Seen quite a lot. The European team certainly would draw to the wing here.
Don't want it,
Just to try and keep things open.
Line's good, back tee.
Line's good.
Don't want it.
Never sweeping for line. Gotta stop.
I think it'll stop,
If it
like,
stops,
biting
it's
feet.
great.
Real good.
Real nice, Connor. Good shot.
A little bit.
All right in.
Yeah.
They decide to go there. Some teams will play to the wing, as you said, Rona. They also worry that if you play the peel, that it becomes harder to peel if you put that stone on the side of the 12-foot. Zhao Shilin.
Not having his best game today.
Clean, just clean. 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 我不擦了东西，不擦了。OK。OK， ready。
Just make this one.
You got it, Denny.
Denny Neufeld, up until this year, hadn't played a lot of peel shots, playing the lead position.
Hard.
Whoa!
Curl. I think we're buying.
And
Great throw.
Razas gets rid of that top stone.
That's good.
So China will just keep replacing this long guard.
Yep.
They want it high, but it's got to be past that hog line.
Okay.
Half rock.
It's a straight peel now.
Yeah.
It's a pretty simple game plan for Canada at this stage of the game.
Absolutely. Get that center open.
78% for Denny Neufeld.
Ideal. Nice pair.
And that's where the draw around that Canada played is good because it's top tee. So China would have to move it. They can't freeze it.
Okay.
So they're looking at doing it now. Just tap the, really just a back four weight. Tap the red back.
Jiang Dongshu, 50% on the game. Just said Rona going right in, trying to freeze it on top. Let's look in at Norway and Sweden. Always a good matchup when these two play, and always lots of fun. They're good friends on and off the ice, and also fierce rivals on when they play. Never want to lose to one another.
No, definitely not.
It's easier the other way, isn't it?
Thomas Olsrud just played a great
Why make it that way? Am I not jamming?
raise, double tap. So this is Nicholas Edin's last stone of this end. Norway have the hammer, but facing several Norwegian stones.
And no real access to them to play a hit.
Shut up. Means foot feet
Look
up
at all the reds.
Freeze the back red.
Court! Lead the team, come in!
So doesn't get the freeze, but he does lie short and make it very difficult for Thomas Ulsrud to remove that. Great shot from Nicholas Edin.
Facing a pile, that one. Great stone. So you're looking at the yellow, red, red, yellow rays.
Yeah.
That
You can
guard
see
up on the left, the yellow guard.
Yeah, yellow onto red, onto red, onto yellow.
Make that it for 3, it looks like.
Definitely risk versus reward for this one.
Might even be for 4 if you stick them all around.
A lot of stones to move with the right angles.
You know you don't get that many opportunities against Nicholas Edin to score these type ends. No, run it in, and we'll miss everything.
It's a steal of 1.
The great draw by Nicholas Edin. Gonna give a steal of 1 to Sweden, and they're all square as we jump back.
I think that's perfect, yeah. Good. Great shot.
See, knows that we had a double peel by Canada.
I think that's perfect.
And China came in, made their play. And then just a nose it back now by Alex Forrest and Team Canada into skip stones here. Well, that one could have been 7-2, instead 3-3, so could have been a 5-point swing the other way. Ends up meaning a tie game over on sheet A. Zhao Qiang, 63% on the game.
Clean, clean. Clean.
Like, I mean, you could throw a hack at it and rub the guard, it's fine.
Yeah, it's straightly a little overburied on the straight side, but I don't mind that.
We just double peel, don't we?
Hack? Like
Just to the hack.
Normal throw?
No, dig or throw.
I don't mind that.
Touch more. Touch more. Dig it.
You like this over double peel?
Yeah, we talked about it. I don't hate the double peel. That was my first kind of thought, but this thing looks pretty hard, eh?
Yeah, it was just we double peel.
Double peel!
Okay.
Didn't take much to sway him out of the.
No, it didn't.
That because of the side, one side's a little bit straighter, it seems.
Yeah, interim peel.
All right. Yeah, and the double peel looks fairly straightforward.
91% for Jason Gunlickson.
Gotta go. Right to it. Right to it. Shooter's going.
Oh, and just misses the double peel.
That was so close, Sammy. All right. It's right.
I heard the comment close to everything. They clipped that one. It might redirect back into the house, too.
Yeah.
So close.
Good, even just.
So a chance for China just to put a bit of pressure onto Canada.
Haven't said that much in this game.
If he makes that one, you make the double for 1. Yeah. Like, he's got to leave you one of the 2.
It's either run, dig.
It's impossible to take.
Or a little haul to it.
Yeah, like, worst case, you have the run.
We could make the dig. I'd be fine with playing on my last. Just kind of, it was slightly overburied on spots and curls.
Yeah, but like, if
Asking
he
a
puts
bit
it out
much.
there, then you just play the same turn through the hole. Right?
I just.
怎么样？行，他那边逆时针不够那啥，找去呗。
I don't think those two have stopped talking. Just they're always communicating and thinking of what they're going to play. Sometimes you have to, especially with the way the timing system is. here at the Curling World Cup.
Yeah, because they know what their opposition, what shot they're playing. And they're just being prepared of what they're going to do next. Time clock. Running about 14 and a half for T. So with that being a wee bit wider.
Well, that one.
Oh, that didn't curl enough at the end. They wanted to half check the red.
Got well out of there on that straight side.
Yeah, you just got to get this one to here.
Yeah, but even we get one.
Yeah.
Half weight.
I've seen it a bunch of times too.
Same spot as mine.
That looks good. Half weight and just a little low.
Yeah, just a hair low.
Is that what you guys
So are they playing their red?
They're going to play the red onto the yellow, try and score 2. They could just nick the yellow out, but then they would only score the 1. So really they're trying to kill off the game here. They want to score 2.
Hack.
Whoa. Close.
Heavy hack.
Yeah. Whoa.
This is curling. Can they hold it?
What happens? Watch this.
Well, they want to just make sure they don't, and it's a steal of 1. They didn't think that was going to come into play. It really took a turn, and China get the steal in 5 in a 4-2 game.
I think it just ran how it should, was what I saw. I just thought we had to go all the way.
我7号是正常的球，8号第2个头是掉进大门。
他那个2应该是直，
一开始我那2号是直，完了7号稍微掉点。
It was a steal in that 5th end. Didn't look like was coming a fairly open 5th end, and now we play the 6th. Canada and China. Canada coming in, losing their first game, while China winning their first. In this double round robin format, Curling World Cup. Rona Howie.
Yeah, faster spot.
Joining myself, Luke Coley, for session 5. All the men's teams in play. One women's game.
Top 4.
Going backwards, going backwards.
T.
Going backwards.
Oh, wait.
No, it's going back.
Running fast. Get some curl.
Should be close. Like,
Yeah, it's still like T.
Don't dive one straight bed.
Good.
Real nice.
3局行。3、4。OK， 这边呗。别。啊，这边能下来吗？关键是。
他这边应该能下来。
行。给3局。
3、4。
我感觉可以擦点。
3、4。
下线这里。可以。非常可以。3很近。
3很近，没问题。4。
这
林带着点。4。
减速啊，
减速了。力量
还是有点大。稍微往下擦一点点。
哦。
稍微往下来一点。
2下线2。
2。
这球直。不是球直，这个掉大。
You like control and just peel it?
I see hack, and then if you rub the guard, you make a tick.
Okay, just to the hack. Just to the hack.
Hack weight. Hack weight.
And this is straight, eh? Like I can
Yeah, it's doesn't do much.
China just slipping into the rings.
Hair big.
So Canada can remove it from play.
Curl! Whoa! Danny's all the way. All the way, Danny.
Go.
Well, playing the hit on that top one.
Real good.
Real nice.
Beauty.
It throws away. Canada lying too early.
Set OK。set OK。好。
上去他
OK。
小。
别，3行不行？
小点吧。
We're all working this one hard. Real team effort.
Well, as they try to get that one in as to the house, it won't. We'll slide over Switzerland, Japan, Yuta, Matsumura, and Japan. What is it? Opportunity to try and score, cut the lead in half.
Yep. Switzerland line 1, but Japan have the opportunity to hit and get a 2.
I think so.
Yep, plays that perfectly. So a 2 for Japan, 6-4 after 5 to Switzerland.
Yeah. Good, Danny. Good shot. It's pretty hard to make that and not disturb the middle too bad.
Yeah. I sure fade.
推给真的，只能说不值嘛。
你那个2应该正常，我稍微
2是直的。
啊，2是直的，我稍微出手稍微软一点，别收点。
set OK。
套来。
擦，小。
set OK。
小点。
够进就不擦了。2，对了。
So China just looking to replace high guard here.
Clean.
Oh.
OK。
Yeah, good shot.
这个是直，这个连1圈都没转上。
打了。
打6局比赛刚。
We'll try to see the peel of those.
Light plane. Good shooting.
Continue to just try and keep that center line open. Does Team Canada.
Great shooting.
Tough for him to hide, eh? Tough.
1，
要大，1局2是1，2局，
不能擦，1碰不能碰。
Jiang Dongshu.
直立了，2，
可以放，2局到不了，
就2。
Sweepers are saying it's heavier than the last one.
They just don't want to line anything up.
The double peel is now there for Canada.
Yes. See what happens. Just make sure we get the shooter.
Whoa.
Well, will they go right through the hole too?
Perfect.
Great shot, Alex.
Yeah, it's an added bonus so you don't touch those 2 of yours in the house.
Okay.
There's just that one opportunity China gave Canada there. One mistake and Canada capitalized straight away.
It's a hair less.
Look in Russia, United States of America. Jamie Sinclair and Team USA, 4-3 lead over Russia.
Facing one Russian stone, back of the 1 foot.
The other edge of 4 is what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I think
That was my first thought. Control.
I don't think so.
So Sinclair have some backing on this one, or just a straight draw?
Yep, she does have that red Russian stone is back of the tee, so she can draw up and sit on top of it.
Go on! Okay. No, Taylor, you're good.
Gotta go!
And plays it really well. So score of 1 for USA. So they take the lead at 5-3 after 6 ends.
Good job. Really nice.
Well, it's a big game for USA's ladies team. They have a chance to go to 2-0. Russia at 0-1. They could get 2 games ahead of Russia.
Oh, this is in my glove.
往这边打，稍掉点线，
掉点大。
嗯，对。
Yes. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Curl.
So
Well,
trying the thin double.
just too thin. I was a little surprised they played they hit a couple shots ago and knew they needed to make a double.
We have to blank. Like, I just want to be on the tee line.
Yeah, for sure. Right there?
Yeah, after closing the score line to 4-2. China could be faced with losing a 2 here.
Do you want to play a different draw? Like, or is this, like, is there a path we know, or we just assume it's good?
This Connor's draw path is all we know, kind of what he's been throwing.
I think if we throw a 20 to a 25, this will be curling, right? So that'll.
Yeah, that should not come off.
I think 20 to 25 should be fine, Jay.
Okay. Tee line then.
And never heavy, Denny.
31. Split tee.
I would agree with you.
I think you're sweeping, but close.
Gonna be pretty far out here.
Line's gonna be great.
So Jason,
deep tee.
Just looking to
So
hit the second counter on the tee line, not to leave a double for China.
You're never light.
Farther the better. Farther the better. Keep going. Keep going, boys. Go.
Good sweep. Really good sweep.
And our first final will go into the books. A victory for Team USA as they knock off Scotland 8-3. The final. So USA now 1-1. Scotland 1-1. If things hold true in this game, would all 4 teams be 1-1 in Group A on the men's side?
Current Olympic champions against the current European champions. So I think we'll see a lot of that all week, that all these teams are going to beat each other, and the sections could be quite interesting.
Oh, clean.
Clean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, easy.
Well, after the missed double on his first, had to hit the side one, conceding the 2 or shot for 2.
Board, nose hit.
It's a pretty comfortable lead. Canada can make this shot to score 2, go up 4 with 2 to play.
Board, wait.
Hey, Jay, here we go.
We're heavy.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Weight's good.
Weight's good.
Clean. Little bit.
Hard.
Yep. Right to it.
Right to it, Denny. Weight's good.
Gotta really go. Right to it, Danny.
Good, bud.
Oh, very nice. It makes the hit, the stick, and Jason Gunlickson and Team Canada take a 4-point lead again with 2 remaining. 6-2 the score.
Like 3 or 4, whatever. was surprised that was a challenge to sleep.
Yeah.
Halfway down the sheet, that would make it fun. And
That one is just, I think, just once you get the line.
场地活跃度现在
还行，我感觉跟刚才差不多。
没啥变化了。OK，
下边玩。看。
Yeah, just bite the full four, Willie. You said that all the time.
It was so funny.
What do you want? Full four or biting? Full four or biting. Yep.
So this is
yeah.
like...
Yeah, it's kind of the either or thing. Bite the full four. I liked it.
Canada with full control right now of this Session 5 game against China. Curling World Cup. Third deuce of the game, second with the hammer, and a 6-2 advantage. Trying to pick up their first win of this leg 2 of the Curling World Cup.
Beauty. Real nice. Great job.
You're stacking 3, you can be back pin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.下 OK。
2、3。
颈线正常，正常带。正常。3。下 OK。好。这连带。稍微擦一擦。这连。
2。要。
好。OK。可以。
Well, it's a well-positioned corner guard.
Yeah, pretty perfect. Can come round it both ways.
We see a comparison of the leads. 78. Negevin. Jingtao.
Full four. Good. Line's good. Right to it.
88% on the game.
Line's good.
It's freezing it.
Okay. Room.
Just
not
short
Denny.
of freeze.
Not Denny.
Oh.
I think we're pretty close.
Get in there.
Real good, Connor.
Real nice stack.
Yeah, 2 great shots there.
Not bad. Yeah, they seem to be good.
站一票。
1。
得。
China 4 down. Have to go for it at this end. Try and score a big end.
这连带，这连带。换。
看着。
正常。
1。
进去。
够进就不逃了。
够进。
好。
Yeah。好。够进。
好。
OK。
Well, they're stacking the 2 guards on the one side. See that sometimes you put them on opposite sides.
Yeah, but with the new 5-rock rule,
Out there. Top 4, T.
you can see teams tending to put 2 on the one side.
T.
Never for line.
4.
Because that means the opposition's using 2 stones to get rid of the cover there.
Or back 4 though.
Back 4.
It's going to be alpha maybe.
Maybe just let it hook and die?
Yeah, hook and die is fine. Hook and die is perfect line.
Yours really went at the end.
Yeah.
Curl, baby.
Good, Denny.
Nice shot, Danny. Perfect.
Nice.
So 3 in a row for Canada.
Get rid of 1 every time now.
先处理他一个。
OK。
打定就可以啊。
OK。
卡线。变行吗？
Comparison of seconds, and big difference here. 83% for Neufeld. Xiao Shilin, 58%.
场线别小，场线可以啊。
hard, hard. Yes, hard.
So trying to keep the shooter here in front.
Go. Hard.
But went for plan B and got the row behind.
那个小点儿。
OK，那样小点。
Which works for China.
OK，
这个。
1
Hard, 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 hard.
Good. Throw.
OK，
我去，这是个高他这个一会儿一打就有，直接粘一个。
先整到边区那个。
There's two options for China here. They could play a gentle tap on the one on the button, or they could freeze the red on the right-hand side, or they could draw another one round their corner guard. Just trying to generate stones in play, force Canada to make an error. Chosen to go for the freeze on the red. Also put some separation between their two yellow stones.
看墙站，小的站好站，没有，站好，好踩到线了，东旭踩到线了，别，好搂到底，尽量加上好踩。
Well, three of them trying to drag it down there. We'll slide over Switzerland and Japan. 6-4 Switzerland leading.
Japan line 2 here. Schwaller having to hit on the nose. There's not a double on. So he does it. Maybe it was a double there when you see that angle, but anyway, takes one. So Switzerland leads 7-4.
Yeah, one you want to make sure you score that single point.
So you shouldn't do much.
They got a 3-point lead with 2 ends remaining.
Yep.
Well, that worked out pretty well, actually.
Beauty. Great result.
Nice draw. The best outcome.
Around the house.
How good is that, eh?
Get those angles all drawn up.
Trying to set that up perfectly for them.
He didn't think I could get that far up.
Well, watch how much action this stone gets when it makes contact. It starts spinning off that back one and comes up in the house.
So they've also removed the red that was back tee that China could use to freeze. So fantastic shot. Canada lie too.
Go, go.
Long Shu here.
Yep.
And use that guard they still have in play. And it's not going to get past the guard, and it actually overcurled the nose of that one.
Yeah, they were looking just to come and tap the red back. So that one was way short.
Compare the thirds here, 78% for Forrest, 60. Yang Dongshu.
Peel one guard just cause?
It's either peel one guard or throw a tight guard. Whatever you like.
It's just that almost helps him throwing it there.
Yeah, my first thought was just peel the top one.
Yeah, I like that call. That's my favorite call.
The other one's better for us for the angles, I think.
Half rock.
Very good.
You're just waiting gradual, Denny?
Yeah, it did.
Yep.
A little bit.
It's good.
Good.
Happy.
Just happy to peel the top one off.
I think that makes the most sense just for the scoreboard.
Sure. Yeah, his is open too now. I think that's a good call.
Yeah, I didn't see I understand the guard top, but I didn't see it really being good.
I was seeing
we don't need to steal.
No,
Let's look in. USA, Russia.
Russia line 1. Open draw for 2. Just has to bite the rings.
This Russian team's had a pretty good season. They won a new event in China earlier this year. They won an event in Vernon, BC, Canada on the World Curling Tour. And now here at the Curling World Cup.
Looking a bit steamy here. Sweeper standing back. But it's going to stop. Score of 2 for Russia. Ties it up after 7 ends.
Yeah, I think this.
So that we know that one firing a blank in the 8th, which rarely will see. Shouldn't have a shootout.
Okay, let's make 6.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Well, quickly out of the hat comes Jason Gunlickson.
Okay. Good. Good.
Good one, Paul.
Yeah. 然后再找不赶趟。
站一个不行，那个他一投两个。
他投一个啊。OK，
被刮着咱自己那个。
行。
So after that great round the house takeout from Alex Forrest, it does leave Canada behind the guard. So China have to go for the straight run back.
没别的了，不是太大劲儿。
Trying to lie 2 here.
让尿起来为主啊，尽量定。OK。那这球在你心里已经成了吗？
Zhao Qiang. Find a way. His first. Run this one back and stick it, but he'll end up picking his own out. And it's Canada lying 2, and it goes from bad to worse for China.
I think just bite the 4. Like,
Yep, just one of those days I've struggled with stone position all day.
And look at the numbers. They tell the story as well. Gunlickson 83.
even a tap open is fine.
65%.
What are you thinking here, boss? Like bite the 4 max. Okay. Like he's gonna have the 4-foot, but so be it. If we go any deeper, it's just the in-off's gonna be his favorite shot. So.
Yeah, Canada certainly aren't worried at
If we're
giving
deep,
up a
it's
1
like the
here.
backside of the tee line. Okay. Speed slow but good, like 25. Okay.
I got pretty late. 41. Big release.
Big ass.
Mine's good.
Top 8.
Just
Top
short of
8.
the 4.
Just top 8.
All line.
That's what you want.
Biting the 4.
Bite the 4. Just bite the 4.
Put it on my broom.
Just bite the 4. Line's great.
Not even quite bite the 4.
Take a look, Connor. Take a look.
Put it right on my broom. Looks like you can just let it stop. It's gonna be a catcher.
Sit.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just curl the time.
Okay.
Good job. Great force.
So China going for the double to score 1.
Yeah, and really getting picky. They were disappointed where it went because it helps him make this shot.
Yeah, it's probably what, an inch too far.
But you're up 6-2, lying 3. Team Canada has to be happy with their play and their position right now.
Yep. Whoa.
Yes. Whoa.
Hard.
Whoa.
Hard.
Yes.
Hard.
Yes.
Whoa.
Well, the double made, pushes it over, gets the single point. So a 3-point game heading to the 8th end. Oh, and there are handshakes. They'll come out. China's conceded handshakes and a victory for Canada. So Canada picks up their first win here at the Curling World Cup. And China will drop their first. So 1-1, a 6-3 final. It'll go down in the books.
Yesterday it never happened. Back to the same drawing board.
Yeah, eh?
Yeah.
That's pretty fortuitous.
Well, they slide the rocks down. Canada happy. They seemed to have control of the game yesterday. Let that one slide away against Scotland, but they bounce back with a victory in this one. They'll be back in action later today as they'll take on the U.S. China's next game will be against Scotland.
Guys are from Edmonton.
We'll slide over Norway and Sweden. Charlie will see where they're at, and looks like that red Norwegian stone back of the button is a shot stone, and Nicholas Edin trying to come off that side one in order to bring those other yellows into play. And just a little thin, unable to, and it is a steal of one for Thomas Ulsrud. And a 6-3 lead, and that's how we sit as they are into the 8th end of play. We'll join that one in progress here. Omaha, Nebraska, in the Curling World Cup Leg 2.
Bestäm dig kjapt da! Hack! Ja! Ja! Kom igen, Sva!
Again, a little difference. Doesn't go into an extra end. It'll be a shootout if there is a score of 3 here by Sweden. So that's what they're playing for. 3 for Sweden, they can get a shootout. 4 would be for a win. But Norway hoping to avoid both of those situations. We'll avoid the jam.
Ska vi rulla ut den da?
I fart. Lite vid. Mer plats än Krippas. Nästa kör den långt. Jag tror inte vi kommer gömma topp 12 här. Bara kör för Karlen. Kör så långt det går. Kom igen. Kom igen.
Trying to use that 5-rock free guard zone rule to their advantage. In behind. Now anything can be removed out in front.
Fortsätta garda den ett tag.
Ja.
Wow, wow. Japp. Gå för den i huset.
Christopher Sva.
Japp. Wow, rent. Wow.
Bäst har varit så har revet med den.
Peels that one out.
Så pröv där liksom.
Both these teams coming in with a victory.
Vår out är att frysa den och få en runt den där bakandscenen. Det är frågan vilken ordning. Ja. Kornen är lite i vägen kanske för frysen. Alltså lägger man en 7/8 frys där är inte den lätt att blästa ut hela vägen i boet. Men den ska ju vara riktigt bra också. Det är, ja. Lägger vi en här nu, han klipper garden, då kan vi spela frysen på nästa i alla fall. Ja. Ja, då, den där han kan ju inte gå på dubben här så. Nej, den där är inte jättelätt att klippa. Det känns som han kommer försöka spela. Det känns som att runda först. Samma slag igen och så får du spela den där.
Ja.
Det verkar säkert vara nog att gå på där.
Ja. Behöver vi en torger sen. Den är bra. Det är tidigt där. Korta 12. Garden nästan. Bra linje. Går lite rakt men helt okej linje. Helt okej. Top 12. Bra
It'll
linje
be
nu.
top
Bra
part of the
bosslinjen.
house to make this without coming out in the open.
Ja, fint. Perfekt. Ta en klipp på det, Norge. Ja. Bra.
Torger Nergard,
Japp, Axel.
43 years of age.
Ren, ligger bra. Bra. riktigt osannolikt.
These two teams have got so much experience between them.
They probably have more experience playing against each other than some teams do altogether.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jag tror de klipper den här clean. Ja, då känns det som att runda där. Eller rakfrysa.
Great rivals in the ice, but as you said earlier, look, they're great friends off the ice. They've known each other for so long.
Får vi inte linje så kan vi försöka dra runt den lite grann då, men den här bajtar T-line. Vad gillar du för is? Lite mindre tror jag. Lite mindre också.
Third for this Sweden team, Oscar Eriksson.
En sten framför team. Ganska aktiv ändå. Kalla. Behöver kalla lite. Den är för tight för att runda snart. Ja, den är för deficient. Den är i röd. Den är frys nu. Sitt. Nice. Bra spel.
Pretty good shot there.
Well, let's look at the scores so far. We're on sheet A now, 6-3 the score. 10-4 Switzerland beats Japan. U.S. knocked off Scotland 8-3. Canada 6-3 winners over China, and 5-5 in the 8th. Russia and the USA on the women's side of things. Just the one women's team game going on.
This is Thomas Ulfsrud's first appearance at World Cup. Stefan Wallstad played for Norway in the first one.
Whoa! Nära! Whoa! Svart! Hard svart! Harre svart! Harre!
Well, they're hoping to maybe try and clip it on the way.
Lätt, men däremot har vi en sten här.
It's a 3-point game.
Träffar och båda blir kvar liksom. Ja, det eller lägga på en till här. Ja, du är ny spelaren så det känns ju, då har vi is och fart och så vidare. Ska jag
Då kommer ju den här är ju bara minsta utsida så flyger den känns som.
Ja.
Men det är som du säger, har vi en där så kan vi ha tur.
Ja.
Yeah, so right now Sweden will be happy if they could peel this game and go into the shootout.
Det
eller rakfrysa, låta han blästa den och rakfrysa en till.
Ja. Ja.
Gillar ni? Det känns som den är väldigt lätt att få bort, men lägger en 7/8 frys på den så är den ju betydligt svårare att få bort. Det är eller så frysa eller runda bakkant. Om man lägger en 7/8 frys där, ligger den för att ta stöd in mot den i boet?
Ja, det gör den.
Då kommer det bli betydligt mindre effekt i...
Ja. Jag kommer inte exakt ihåg, men det var här någonstans va?
Ja, samma is borde bli bra.
Ja.
Well, we'll jump over Russia, USA, 5-5, 8th end. Shot stone that one side of the forefoot for Russia right now.
USA had two options. They could raise the yellow onto the red, or they could just draw the button.
Meanwhile, Norway-Sweden, Eriksson was trying to freeze and it over-curled and stays out of the house. But Russia, USA on the women's side. Jamie Sinclair, final stone of that game.
Going for the run back on their own yellow.
Try to go yellow to the red and kill it out just like that. Looked like a score of 2 there. So a 7-5 win for the U.S. over Russia. U.S. moves to 2-0. Russia drops to 0-2 so far. Good start for the host country. Good session for the host country. Men and women winning for Team USA.
T-line. T-line trenger køle en god del også.
Gjerne køle om noe.
Thomas also looking to put some separation between these two red stones.
Midt på T-line så det ikke så mye muligheter.
Ideally, if he finishes on the T-line.
Bra skjøtt, gutter. Han var trådere. Han var sikker på var urørt av seg selv. Känns lättare än 7 typ. Han har ju tjock halv där så det är ganska lätt, men det är jäkligt bra om den här stannar faktiskt. Om du bara vickar in mot den.
Jag tror jag behöver rätt mycket fart ändå.
Om vi bara vickar hit så... Nej, det är lättare. Ja. Tränaren, kommer han en sten kort där så är vi dubbel. Jag gillar försöka få den att stanna, men jag gillar ändå att spela lite fart. Ja. Spela in 7 då. Ja.
7, bara vicka in i egen.
Always thinking of ways to try and
då tvingar vi han att dra.
keep something around.
80% träff.
Yeah, if they could roll over to the right-hand side here, just in behind the staggered yellow and red, and lie second and third shot, puts the pressure on Thomas Ulsrud to make a really good next one.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Nicholas Edin hit and will sit on the side, lie second and third.
Lättare att pila ut en år.
So, because it moved the red and didn't stay jammed on it, Norway can just try and remove one of these from play. They don't need to be too cute.
Just make one of them go away and that be the win.
So just needs to nick one out.
Thomas Ulsrud and his team put a lot of pressure on Nicholas throughout this game.
Hard on! Hard on! Hard on! Hard on! Oh.
Just to clean, make one go away. They'll make the top one disappear. And that'll be it. So Norway picks up a big win. We'll move to 2-0. Sweden drops to 1-1. Thomas Ulsrud picks up a big win against their rivals. That wraps up all the games here in session 5 with the 6-3 win. Well, our feature game was Canada-China. That's how it played out here in session 5. Fifth end, and Canada a chance after that Yellowstone came up and under-curled for China. Jason Gunlickson has the opportunity to score another deuce. Got caught in this spot. A little missed sweep call. Rex on the front, and it is a steal of 1 for China. But bouncing right back and a well played, keeping things open throughout. Missed double by China. Means open hit. Chance at their third deuce of the game.
Right to it, Danny.
Just like that, Canada with a 4-point lead after scoring a deuce. Well, more pressure put on, as was the case throughout most of the game, and Zhao Qiang has the hit. Has a little bit of a catcher to stick there, score their 1, and that was enough for China. They concede defeat as Canada picks up the victory, their first here at Curling World Cup Leg 2. So here's all the scores. Norway beats Sweden 6-3. Switzerland upends Japan 10-4. USA 8-3 winners over Scotland. Saw Canada beating China 6-3. And on the women's game, 7-5. USA beats Russia. So that leaves us in a logjam in Group A, all with 3 points at 1-1. There, well, in Group B, Norway leads with 6 points. Then Switzerland and Sweden with a 1-1 record, and Japan 0-2 with no points so far. How you get the points: if you win the event final, you get 10 points. You lose the final 5, winning a game in round robin, you get 3. If you have to go to a shootout tied after 8, it's 2 points. And if you lose that shootout game, it's a single point, and a loss in regulation, 0 points.
Jason, many congratulations. How do you feel about your team's performance out there?
Oh, the team's performance, both the first 2 games, has been fantastic. It was an unfortunate game where the first one we got beat at skip, but this game they set me up every end, I think, and we were able to finish enough ends to get the W. And do you think that steal of 2 at the second end just gave you control for the whole game? Oh, for sure. Even the deuce in the first, I mean, you get a nice 2-0 lead, and you get to play the easy shots, and they have to chase, and we were able to make our shots and put a lot of pressure on them. So it's your first time at a Curling World Cup. How do you feel playing this format? Oh, I love the format. I'm really interested with the whole starting with hammer once and not without it once. It's kind of like tennis. Like, you really have to make sure you win your 3 games. You start with hammer and then 1 or 2 more and maybe get you through. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the week. Thank you.
Well, for our entire crew, Rona Howie, myself, Luke Coley, thanks for tuning in to the Curling World Cup.